Hello everyone. I hope all are doing good. So here I am once again with another video. In this video, this is basically monitoring part 2. So let me just recap what we have done in past, and we'll talk about what we are going to do today. So in past, we I have made introduction video. I have talked about what is CI. Then I have discussed few tricks like Google operators, Boolean searches to make to help you with the effective research work. Now, I'm going to discuss about some tracking, or rather, I would say monitoring solutions, which will help you do a regular monitoring. So, one is tracking, so ad hoc information tracking, but another is regular monitoring of certain information. So, these tools will help you. It's a big mix of both, basically, because I have been told that I forgot about one tracking solution also. So, I'll discuss about that as well, but more or so it will be about monitoring solutions. So what are those monitoring solutions techniques? So first is search on the site. So I hope you might have remembered that I told you about that, on the boolean search, or in the Google operators, source or site operator. So there is a source and site operator which you can use, but there is an alternative solution to it. So let me show you what it is. So it's my Chrome. One second. Here is my Chrome. Okay. So again, once again, we're going to go to Web Chrome. Sorry, Web Store of the Chrome. So there is a tool called Search on the current site. If you search this, you'll find multiple solutions. You can pick up any, but at this moment I have I'm using this one. Search the current site. I'll click on this. I'll add it to the Chrome. Once I add it, don't forget to from here, don't forget to pin it on your on your bar of Chrome. So here it is. Here you can see this one. A lens, a magnifying lens is visible. Okay, so how it is used? So for example, I want to go to Amgen. So on Amgen, if I want to search, so let me accept the cookies, and this is the Amgen website. So now there are multiple ways of doing it. So one way is that I go on each section and search about one specific thing on Amgen. But there is another way of doing it is so earlier we uh, you know read about site specific, and this is also site specific. It's just that you have to open the site, and once you open the site, you click on this magnifying glass. Once you do that, you click on, let's say, I I write our favorite word, Kitruda. I know there is nothing to do with Kitruda in Amgen, but let's just see if Amgen has written anything about Kitruda. Let's just see that. So in 2015, so let's just see, there is a press release. They've written something about Kitruda. Okay, so in 2015, Amgen collaborated with Merck to study their, I think, gene therapy. Yeah, it is a gene therapy in combination with Keytruda in patients with head and neck cancer. The company also plans to initiate phase 3 in combination in the same combination for advanced melanoma. So this is the news. So if I search on this website, it gave me. So now if you see this, it has specifically used this. Okay, and it's the same methodology which we use as source operator, or site operator, and you know, and it's not just one case. There are multiple cases, multiple information. We can do it. Just to do another thing. So I know. So I know it's not their molecule basically. You know, Praluent is basically Sanofi's molecule. But I wanted to search what they have written. So let's just go here and search it. So once we do that, we can see that Amgen comments on PCS canine litigation, which is about you know uh, Sanofi's Praluent, and this court has favored uh, favored Amgen basically in for Repatha molecule basically. So yeah, this is uh, this is one way of doing it. Okay, so search on current site is basically a very effective tool, and this helps everyone. Not if you can't use or if you don't want to use uh, the operator word, sorry, the operators, or you're finding it difficult to find using operators, then you know with operator there is multiple difficulties. Like for example, I need to know the whole uh, website exact name. I have to put it amgen.com or something like that. But if I use this, so this is another shortcut or a shortest way of using the source operator. I hope it has been understood now. So let's move on from the source operator. Okay, I think from the search on the current site, let's move on and operator, and then let's go to page monitors. So it's also another very amazing tool, page monitor. So uh, I've told you about RSS feeds, and you might have understood that we use RSS feed for the tracking. But now, one another important factor is RSS feeds, and I will talk about the email alerts also. Both the cases, email alerts and RSS feeds, both of them work only in case of public sites, basically public companies, basically. So the companies who have you know who are publicly trading companies, on that they have to disclose all the information. Hence, they have these features called RSS by the name RSS feeds and the email alerts, basically, so that the shareholders are informed, and they can track every information. But private companies are not legally liable or bound basically to find out this information, to publicize all the information. Okay, and if they do also, then there is no tool available. 99% of the private limited companies websites, they do not have any page which anything like an email alert or an RSS feed. So hence it makes it very difficult for everyone to track these companies. It see, it cannot happen that I on a daily basis go on. If I have, let's say, 5 to 7 private limited companies whose molecules are being tracked by me on daily basis, and imagine if I'm working on 7 to 8 projects at a time, I cannot. It's again humanly not possible. So what I do is, then I'll put a page monitor. So how do I use page monitor? Let's just, okay, let this site remain open. Okay, and let's go here. So again, on web chrome, we will search for visual pink. Okay, Visual ping is a page monitor. So basically, earlier it was used to be, earlier it was publicly available by the name of page monitor. Now they've changed and updated this. So I'll install it again. Don't forget to pin it. Once I pin it, here is the symbol. Okay. There are two ways of doing a server and browser. We always do on browser basically. Okay. So now let me show you how do I do that and what would be the output look like. So for example, if I go on this, imagine this is a private limited company. So on a private limited company, I go onto the press release section. Again, with this page, I can monitor any page for that matter. But let's just assume I'm monitoring this page basically. Okay, the press release. So I want to check as soon as any press release comes, and I will not get any alerts of the press release. So what I'll do is I'll just click on the visual ping, go on to the browser. Once I do that, set a time interval. Let's just say I put a time interval of 1 day every day. Okay, and I click on start monitoring. So it has created us this monitor basically. Okay, no updates, and here you can check any if there are any updates or not. So as soon as there is an update, there will be a number showing here. Okay, you can click on it, and it will give you a preview, and and you can now I cannot show you, but I'll show you how it works basically. Okay, so this is how you set a page monitor. What you can do is you can also set a page monitor on a, again this you can do it on public also, private also. It's just that for a public company there are multiple options available for tracking, but for a private limited there are not many options available. So what we can do is we can monitor every page. So let's say I monitor the pipeline also of Amgen. So I go to the pipeline. Okay, I accept it. Okay, I'll click on it, go to browser, select this 1 day every day, and start monitoring. It will start monitoring and it will give me updates here, and the icon will be, the numbers of the updates will be here. Now I'll show you how it is going to look. Okay, so here is one result. So Visual Ping has created a blog, and where is the output? Yeah. So here is a textual output. So for example, I monitor this page. Once I monitor this page, it will, it will start monitoring, and then what are the visual changes? So for example, in this case, the visual changes were that from few, they have removed the word few and they have added the word new. They have removed the word relish and added one. The is being removed and want has been added, and this is just words. It will also, there are very limited examples. Earlier there used to be many examples, something like this. If all new pages added, or different sections have been added, and a row of green words will show. These are going to be clickable. You can click them. So for example, here, visual ping. Now you can see one example here. When things change, you can, like for example, they have used the word Taylor Swift tickets, early bird $350, available soon. So this available soon was old. Now the tickets are available, and they are for early bird they are $150. So this is how they show you. They basically show you a notification. You can set in also an email alert, which you can see here. If you monitor a page, you can also at regular interval, tiny changes or medium or major changes, and you can put in alerts on your for your email address also, and it will start monitoring that page also. So that can also be done, but I usually do not bombard myself with a multiple emails because it sends you different emails for each changes. So it is too much overwhelming for me, so I don't do that. I have done it for once a day. I have done it for browsers, so I think it works for me, but again depends on what kind of tracking you are doing and what how soon the alerts you want. So it's completely dependent on what your need is basically. Okay, so this sums up our page monitor. It is also a very good tool. It is not a primary tool which I use on a daily basis. The reason is because it's little cumbersome. It tracks a lot of smaller changes also, but this is an important tool for the reason I've already told that there are multiple websites, multiple companies which do not have alerts. So, for example, I'll give you a very big company which does not have an alert system, which is Boehringer Ingelheim. Boehringer, being a private company, does not have email alerts or RSS feed section. I can track the press release of the company using page monitor of that. Um, Boehringer and Ingelheim is still a big company, and very clearly defined. A lot of things are clearly defined, but there are multiple things, multiple platforms which are not clearly defined basically. Now, multiple websites which are clearly not defined. So for them, you can do this. There are multiple smaller websites, so it's not just about the private companies. You can also do it on, blogs. Blogs also not allows you to does not allow you to do regular monitoring or changes. So you can do that on the blogs as well. So any platform you can do that. Okay. So this is how you use visual ping or page monitor. Now moving on, another tool or technique which one should always use or um, always do. So it's part of your effective CI monitoring. um, so let me just hold tell you something before that. See, it's very very important that you do daily monitoring. So for that, and then it what happens is, our Gmails or our email email platforms, they have limited space. So what I do is, I have created multiple email addresses. Okay, for obviously one of them is my personal email address, for which I use for my personal purposes. But then I have created a few couple of email addresses which I use for tracking. Okay, so I have already discussed about Google Alerts, and so I have already told you about. So, for example, this is my uh, one email address. Okay, I'll go to the Gmail. It's not a personal one. It's a officially which I use for tracking purposes. So ignore this. See, you can see I have put in alerts from across hundreds of websites. Okay, so let me show you some few websites. Okay, so I have put in alerts on US FDA. I have put in alerts on companies. So email alert is something which I wanted to tell you about companies. So what I've done is, I have created emails and I've used those emails to do, Google Alerts tracking, and I've also used them uh, for putting in alerts on these company websites. So now, how to do that? So for example, again, I want to track Amgen. Amgen, I know, is a public company. So I'm pretty sure they have an email alert system for investors. So I googled Amgen email alerts. I clicked on it. Once I do that, I can put in this. I mean, what kind of alerts? I just want news alerts. I don't want only financial reports, annual report. If I want everything, I'll click on everything. I'll put my email address, which is, and I click on submit. So as soon as I submit it, thank you for subscribing to this. Verification has been sent. Please click on to provide the email verification. So an email verification must have come to me because I have already subscribed to the Amgen. Any email verification has not come to me. You click on the how to do the verification, so you can do that verification. Okay, so now by doing this, you have so what you can do is, a very simple way. When you're creating your landscapes, and obviously I'll talk about how to create your landscapes, but for those experienced people who are who know what are landscapes basically. So while you're creating your landscapes, you note down the company names, you go onto the websites, you put in the email alerts, so that when you are tracking, you don't have to track on daily basis. The emails will come directly to you as soon as the news hits. So as soon as the news comes in, and I have shown you one example. Let me just show you. See, Atara Biotherapeutics. Daily stock updates comes to me. Weekly stock update comes to me. Ligand. They have SEC filing. Fourth number of SEC filing they have published, that comes to me. So everything. And apart from that, I have put in alerts from multiple other places. So similarly, I have put in alerts on Google Alerts also. Okay, so you can check. Um, uh, Here is which I've already shown you. So I track them on daily basis. Whatever is useful to me, I use that. Which is not, I discard it, or I don't use it basically. Okay, so yeah, this is how you put email alerts. Now moving on. So we have covered 3 points. For the fourth one, let me just okay. So Google Images. I think this should be for this video. We'll just cover Google Images and Google Lens, and then we'll move on to the we'll discuss about Wayback Machine, CT.gov, and other tools in our next video. Okay, so um, we need to discuss Google Lens or Google Images. So I go on to Google. I put it Google Images. I go here. Okay, so Google Images is also another very amazing tool. Okay, um, I have to search for something, I can use Google Image. Like for example, there are a lot of information which which comes to me. Like for example, I want to see how Ketruda packaging looks like. So it is very important. See, sometimes it becomes very important that what they have, client ask us that share the packaging of uh, this product. Okay, or sometimes they don't even ask us, but when we are creating our slides, when we are creating our PPT slides, basically deck, uh, this becomes very important because we are making some visualization. So for visualization we need images. So obviously I'll use this I'll go on to search and look for different things. Like for example, there are multiple keywords also written here, and some graphs and all those kind of things. But this is not why I showed you this. Sorry. So now I want to search an image. I have an image which I've gotten from my client or my manager, which is an old image, and I want to backtrack it. I want to track it that what is the source of that image. So what I can do is I can upload the image. Like for example, I do this. So this is from my last video. I have created this. So let me just search it. So I did this search, find image source. Okay, there is no image source. Then I search for this image. Can I search for text? Monitoring tools part 1. I've looked for text. So these are the texts basically. Okay, RSS feeds. RSS becomes sorry, but yeah, RSS feeds. You can look now. So I have looked for this. So it will start showing me images, which are pretty similar to this, which have used the, see, you can see this tools monitoring. They have used same terminologies or words, and the lower you go, the more obsolete kind of uh, searches will be. The see, this is the best monitoring tool. The monitoring tool, it has looked for exact words also. Okay, so this is very uh, an image which I've just uploaded. Let me just look into another image. I can. So let's upload this. Let's check this one. I have downloaded from somewhere, but let's see if it can search it for me. See, it has exactly shown me from the which LinkedIn page I have taken it, and it has also shown me that what kind of other similar images. So sometimes you don't know what exactly you're looking for, but if you if you post a similar kind of guideline, similar kind of image, it will find you an exact match as well as the relevant or nearby matches. So this is how you use Google Images. Okay, so I think this much should be pretty much clear. So don't forget to share it with people. Don't forget to comment below in the video if you liked it or not, or if you what else would you like to see as as the